Attention passionate Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Pittsburgh Steelers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Pittsburgh Steelers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Let's get to the news. There's some serious buzz around the league right now, and it's not just idle chatter. Rumors are swirling about a potential blockbuster trade involving Tyreek Hill, the electrifying wide receiver from the Miami Dolphins, and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, I know what some of you might think. Is this really happening? But trust me, the whispers are loud, and the possibilities are tantalizing. If this trade goes down, it could reshape the AFC North and elevate the Steelers' chances of making another deep playoff run, maybe even reach the Super Bowl in 2026. Let's break it down. The Dolphins, after a disappointing 4-13 season in 2025, are in full rebuild mode. Tua Tagovailoa was sidelined for much of the year, and their defense was giving up nearly 28 points per game, which is a huge red flag. They're sitting on a cap space of around $8 million, but they're prioritizing shoring up their offensive line, which has been a weak point, especially given the knee injury Hill suffered in Week 5 that limited him to just 66.3 yards per game. Despite that, Hill remains one of the most explosive deep threats in the league, and his career stats speak volumes. Over 10.0 receiving yards, 80 touchdowns, and a PFF grade of 91.2. In 2025, even with the injury, Hill projected to rack up around 200 receiving yards and 8 touchdowns, thanks to his incredible speed and ability to stretch defenses. His 4.29 40-yard dash makes him a game-changer, capable of creating big plays that defenses dread. And for Steelers fans, that kind of weapon is exactly what this offense needs to take the next step. Right now, Pittsburgh's aerial attack is averaging about 210 yards per game, and George Pickens has been impressive, but he's crying out for a consistent, game-changing partner. Hill could be that guy. His presence alone would open up the entire field for Kenny Pickett, giving him more room to operate and significantly increasing the offense's explosiveness. Now, imagine Hill in a Steelers uniform. His addition would mean a plus 15% boost in EPA per pass. That's a huge upgrade. It's not just about adding yards. It's about transforming the way Pittsburgh attacks. With Hill's speed, even a simple route becomes a potential house call. His ability to catch passes over 50 yards, he's done it more than 15 times in his career, would force defenses to stay honest, preventing them from stacking the box against Najee Harris and the rushing game. Harris, who has already improved his YPC from 4.1 to 4.8 this season, would benefit immensely from that extra space. The Steelers' rushing attack would become even more dangerous, and that play-action game would become lethal. And speaking of defense, the Steelers would see tangible benefits as well. With opponents forced to respect Hill's deep threat, defenses would be less able to pin their ears back and blitz relentlessly. That translates into fewer three-and-outs, more sustained drives, and a time of possession that favors Pittsburgh. Plus, the quick routes and screens that Hill excels at would help reduce sacks and put less pressure on the offensive line. Pittsburgh's defense, which has been solid but sometimes inconsistent, would breathe easier with a more efficient offense controlling the clock and keeping opposing offenses off the field. But let's not forget the hot topic, the trade itself. The Dolphins, with their cap situation and their rebuild in mind, are reportedly willing to part with Hill for a first-round pick in the 2026 draft. They're also considering the potential dead money hit of about $28 million, which is steep, but they believe that the draft capital and the rebuilding process will outweigh the immediate loss of their star receiver. Miami's mindset is clear. They're looking to reset, acquire draft picks, and build around their young core, especially on the offensive line, which grades out at about 65.2 in PFF rankings. From the Steelers' perspective, acquiring Hill would be a game-changer. They have roughly $60 million in cap space for 2026, plenty to absorb Hill's contract and extend key players like Pickens or even Harris if needed. The Steelers are already a team on the rise, with a strong defense allowing just 17 points per game and a coaching staff that's been emphasizing explosive plays on offense. Adding Hill would be the final piece to transform this team into serious title contenders. Think about it, a dynamic, fast, and reliable receiver pairing with Pickens, combined with Kenny Pickett's improving arm and poise, could elevate Pittsburgh's offense into the top 5 in the league. Now, the impact in the betting world is also worth noting. Right now, Steelers' Super Bowl odds sit around plus 10-0, which is long but not impossible. If they land Hill, those odds could drastically improve to around plus 4-0, making them a dark horse favorite for a deep playoff run. The playoff picture in the AFC is wide open, especially with Kansas City, Buffalo, and Cincinnati all vying for supremacy. Pittsburgh, with their stout defense and now a potential explosive weapon on offense, could be poised for a serious push. Hill's postseason experience, over 500 yards in his playoff career, adds even more value. He's proven himself under pressure, and his ability to step up in crucial moments could be exactly what the Steelers need to finally break through and bring another Lombardi home. Of course, as with any big trade rumor, there are caveats. Miami might be hesitant to part ways with Hill due to his ability to stretch defenses and create big plays, which are hard to replace. They're also cautious about the knee injury that limited him last season, though Hill has maintained he's healthy now. The Steelers, on the other hand, would need to make some salary cap moves to fit Hill under their roster, but considering their cap space and the potential upside, it's a risk worth taking. The coaching staff and front office have been aggressive in recent years, always looking for ways to improve the roster, and adding Hill could be the spark that ignites their Super Bowl aspirations. Looking back at recent history, the Steelers have always been a team that maximizes their strengths and plays smart football, especially on defense. But to truly contend with the AFC's elite, they need that extra spark on offense. Hill could provide just that, a game-breaking, big-play receiver who can change the complexion of every game he plays in. His addition would not only boost the team's chances this season, but also set them up for sustained success over the next few years. This isn't just about one play or one season. It's about building a team that can compete at the highest level, and Hill's talent and explosiveness fit perfectly into that vision. So, Steelers fans, get ready. If this trade goes through, it could be one of the most exciting moments in recent franchise history. Imagine the roar inside Acrisure Stadium when Hill lines up in black and gold, ready to burn defenses with his blazing speed and incredible route running. This could be the move that elevates Pittsburgh from a good team to a true Super Bowl contender. A move that makes us all believe that the 2026 season might finally be the one when we see our Steelers back on top, celebrating another Lombardi. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Pittsburgh Steelers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Pittsburgh Steelers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Do you think Hill would be the perfect piece to push us over the edge? Or are you skeptical about the risks involved? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Steelers. Remember, I'll be back soon with even more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Steelers news. Whether it's breaking rumors, game analysis, or player insights, we're here to keep you in the loop. Let's keep this passion alive and continue dreaming big. Because with the right moves, the Steelers could be on the cusp of something special, a new chapter in our storied history, all centered around that iconic goal, bringing another Super Bowl trophy home to Pittsburgh.